Welcome to Squatch-D TV, where the truth is first before all else. Join your hosts, veteran investigator, TV personality, and author Steve Kulls, and from the Kentucky Bigfoot Research Project and the Kentucky Fried Fixes channel, Chris Bennett. Sit back and prepare to take yourself on a journey with the longest-running Bigfoot podcast, Squatch-D TV. Here are your hosts, Steve and Chris.
And hello, everybody. We are back. Yes, it's been a week of wild and woolly Bigfoot conferences and festivals and a little touch of bronchitis. But yes, here we are. Sunday night, 9 p.m. A little bit late because of a little technical issue, but we are running good. And we got a lot of surprises for you guys tonight. That's why it says don't adjust your sets. Going to change in programming. Really, that last topic was just for an hour long anyway, so let's take it to a different level tonight. Chris, my man, how are you?
Steve, doing good. I'm tired. Been working today. I should have been working because it's Sunday and we're not supposed to work on Sundays in my particular religion, but I was working on lawnmowers and I enjoy that, so I don't really consider that work.
That's, hey, if that's what your thing is.
Yeah, I like it. But how's things been going for you in New York, man? Good, cool nights and stuff here.
Well, we had some great activities. I mean, we did the Whitehall Sasquatch Calling Festival.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not called the Calling Festival anymore. It's just called the Sasquatch Festival. Right. That was on the 27th of September, week and a day ago, 8 days ago, and man, over 5,000 people.
Well, you just did something else here recently too, didn't you?
Well, yesterday, or actually the last 2 days, were the New York State Bigfoot Conference.
Right.
And that was incredible as well. Not such a big crowd, but that's a conference, not a festival. So, different type of crowd. But anyway, let's yell at people here.
Under the weather and still doing it.
That's it. I thought I was going to die yesterday morning, but I got myself motivated and got through it all.
That's right.
And, first in today was John, Sasquatch Wizard Adirondacks. Got to see him for the last couple of weeks. Danny Weeks, what's going on? Who else? We got Sharon, how you doing? Sandra Piper, hello. Boris Kahn, Mick Siphon, how are you? Mike Stetton, got to see Mike Stetton over the weekend, too. Who else? The Susie Monster. Got to see Susie Monster over the weekend, too. She was up for the New York State Bigfoot Conference. Traveling with Jim, another person that was at the conference. This is Trackway Deb. Hello.
Deb.
And,
I'm lost.
I'm scrolling. Jen is in the house. Bounce it. And it's Kathy Zabrowski in the house as well. The Bat Mom, Tessa, what's going on? Karen Fisher, hello. Sally, good to see you there. I saw Sally this weekend too. Texas, Jack, howdy to you, sir. Dan Kegley, how are you? Arthur Watch, Steve Miller, hello. And, of course, traveling with Jim, we've already mentioned him. So we got quite the house.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight going on.
He goes to these conferences and everything. Jim's he's a traveler. Sure.
He's a trooper.
Yeah. And hello to all the lurkers out there. We appreciate you guys.
And I got to meet a lot of the lurkers this week. They actually came up and said, yeah, I'm one of the lurkers. So that was kind of really fun to do.
That's good.
But yeah, what a great weekend. And like I said, it was, and I will reiterate what I had said at the beginning of my presentation yesterday, was that if I had to wait a year to speak at this event and talk at the second annual, I would have gladly done it to have Dr. Meldrum here.
Yeah.
And Alex Petikoff put it best. And he got that off of somebody. I don't recall necessarily who that was, but he was like, yeah, we can't fill his shoes.
All right.
But we can sure as heck try to walk in his tracks.
Exactly.
And that is tantamount. That's what we need to be doing.
It's our job to move the ball forward.
Yep. And it was so good to see, a long time, some folks I haven't seen in a long time. Cliff, I just saw back in August, Cliff Barrickman, he was there.
Good.
Adam Davies, haven't seen him since the Alabama Bigfoot Conference a few years ago, so it's good seeing Adam. Ray Holland, I haven't seen her in, oh my God, almost over 10 years. Wow. So, we were like, we chatted up quite a bit. Of course, we saw Ken Gerhard. It was kind of funny because I put up my tent, and in my tent we crammed 3 of us. There was Ken, there was me, and there was Renee, and we were all under my tent doing our thing. Of course, John Wilk from Squatchdetective was there. My good Dave McCullough. You remember Dave was been on the show before. Dave. He was out up there. Yep. Got to meet Walter Kroll.
Oh,
Walter was there. Yep.
Good deal.
And I don't see him in chat tonight, so shame on you, Walter. No, I
We'll
know you're trying to recovering the weekend,
yeah.
recovering it. When I got to meet Max, and finally in person, Max has been on our show actually.
Right.
Who else? Just so many people over the weekend, and so people knows that hello, Angel. Good to see Angel Nolan is in the house.
Angel.
I don't know why you keep getting bounced from chat, Deb, because we're not doing nothing. Maybe that's Jen.
No.
No, we're not bouncing.
Sometimes, I've done it, having a connection, it kicks it back and forth.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But, the amazing thing is, and the beautiful thing is that yesterday's presentation, of course, being a conference, was all based on science.
Yeah.
And discovery, and not necessarily any of the incessant stuff we get with pseudoscience, although some people may ask, some people may be brave enough to ask, and, I rightfully want them to ask those questions.
Right.
And, I have to take one quick second because the office assistant is knocking at the door.
Uh-oh. Let him in.
He was too interested in my wife's donut to come in during the show opening. And yes, because I picked up some fresh apple cider donuts today.
Yes.
So give me one.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Quick.
Go ahead, man.
Second here. Let me
take care of the office assistant.
Yeah.
And we had pork chops tonight, and my Yorkies were all gathered around my chair because, I don't know whether I tend to drop things by accident or on purpose. But, I had a very good meal, and my feet stayed warm because the Yorkies were really gathered around close, waiting for anything to hit the floor.
And just so you know, the office assistant is now in place.
Yeah, good. And I saw Mick said something earlier.
Hey, did you see this?
What's that?
Beatron.
Beatron.
Thank you
no,
so much,
I didn't
man.
see that. Thank you, Beatron. Wow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, that is very kind. Thank you. Mick said earlier, Chris, have your Yorkies ever made themselves comfortable on your fresh laundry right out of the dryer? Mine is right now.
Yeah.
Well, they do things like that, but usually they'll wait till like they've been outside in about 85 degrees, and they'll get kind of musky, stinky, even though the wife keeps them showered and cleaned. They go outside for a little while and they kind of get heated up and they smell really doggy, Then they'll start rubbing on you and stuff like that. I really don't like that.
Yeah, they definitely, Rufus here, Watson, good old, his middle name is Rufus. So and, the minute I say either name, he's like, oh, what? You're talking about? Yes, I'm talking about you. He's looking at me with, his ears are all perked. But he will, in the morning, he will find the spot where the sunlight's coming through the window and lay in that sunlight.
Yes. Yeah.
You okay there, George? Anyway, I stopped what he's doing. He's like looking at me. What are you saying? But anyway, I gotta say,
love the Yorkies.
This
love
year, I did a lecture series. I did it in Pennsylvania. I did it at Hocking Hills, and I did it yesterday at the New York Bigfoot Conference. And what I did is a series on AI. Is it bad for Bigfooting? And, I show them what we can do with AI, which if you're a subscriber to this channel, you've seen, the machinations grow over the last, 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, so I asked for a smattering of hands, and about maybe anywhere from 50 to 60% of the people thought it was bad for Bigfoot.
Right.
And then, I start my presentation with one of my vlogs. Say, it's not just for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I go into, before we do anything, let's look at these stats. And I show them stats about, the particular to a state. Right. I mean, all the numbers were different for Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York.
Yeah.
And what I do is I show them basically, hey, guess what? You know where I got these stats from? I have my chatbot trained to scrape the BFRO website and the Bigfoot Mapping Project website,
right,
excluding all the duplicates to come up with the data that I want to get for it.
Yeah.
So it will instantaneously, within a few minutes, it will read every single report on those pages. Light speed.
Right.
Exactly. I couldn't have said that any better, Tessa. What's bad for Bigfoot is stupid people with no brain, not a head.
Oh, no.
Bravo.
Oh.
Bravo.
I wouldn't have
that was a good one, Tessa.
I wouldn't have told that. No.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Well, she's just saying what's on a lot of people's minds. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think what really a lot of people thinking is when they first think AI, they first hear the words AI and Bigfoot, they think, oh, well, that's people are going to use AI to make fake Bigfoot videos or fake Bigfoot pictures, and that's true too. I'm sure there's.
But you know what the funny thing was? Is one of the examples I use in my presentation.
Right.
Is AI debunking an AI photo.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And when people saw that, I think their mouths dropped.
Yeah.
Hello, get ducked.
If people use AI to create a fake Bigfoot picture or something, then you can use AI to debunk it.
Right.
It says, hey, I did that.
And I also have a video on there where I have one of my portraits where I actually animate and have a Bigfoot walk behind me. And I show the people the flaw in it, that it eventually, when I move, it reads my collar, my camouflage collar,
right,
turns it into a neck tattoo as I turn around. And I go, as anybody can see, I do not have a neck tattoo. But it's the way AI can misinterpret things sometimes.
Yes, right.
So
I've seen some videos on YouTube watching it. It would be like,
hey, there's Walter Kroll. There he is. He popped in.
Hey, Walter. Some of those videos really like AI interprets farming, and then you just see this insane video.
Yep. So I go in through all of these different case examples of where we debunk this and debunk that and show how we can break down AI with AI.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to end on a positive note, and I put in the Poplar Bluff stuff.
Right.
And, for some, it opened their eyes, because when you see that up on a big screen, the dehazed photo next to the Patty photo, all of a sudden it starts making a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Right. And then I break down all the formulas and okay, let's say we're wrong just on a whim, which if you look at the comparison photos, okay, if we're wrong on a whim and say it's like 6'5" or 7 foot,
right,
it's still big. It's still larger than our test subject.
Right.
And it shows anatomical features like the scapula and the patty butt, as we've come to call it.
Yeah.
And you know what, Jen? I did use your name yesterday when I said one of our moderator, Jen, she pointed it out that it's got a patty butt.
Yeah.
And that was something I did not see. So, yeah, amazing stuff.
Well, that was one of the things that people said because it had like a diaper butt, that it was fake. You know, oh, it's fake because it's got a big butt.
but you ever see a gorilla's butt?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, at the end, so many people came up to me at the end. Like, literally, they were like, you've totally, you know what? We work with AI to do this and do that and do this. I actually had a woman come up to me whose husband's job is to use AI for the Nike Corporation.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were like just blown away because I changed their minds.
Yeah.
Because people did not realize that. And that was just a great feeling to sit there and get people to open their eyes. And then privately, I would say, you know what it's also good at? And they're like, no. I'd be like, genealogy. They're like, what? Yeah. It'll actually go to foreign country genealogy websites. Yeah. And you don't have to interpret anything. It'll interpret it for it and bring you back all that information. Like, yes. Oh, my God.
AI speaks more languages than I ever will. Yes.
Right. Unreal.
Very cool.
Unreal. So it was a really good conversation we had yesterday.
People don't realize, you can use it to sift through databases at just an incredible, well, of course, I'm going to say inhuman rate because AI is not human. And it can glean all this information that you just request. Okay, well, tell me how many sighting reports, list eye shine, and it's like, here's your answer.
I can collect so many different scientific resources using AI.
Right.
That it literally takes a year of research and it condenses it down to like an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a year's worth of research in an hour. I can have pages and pages and pages of documents either supporting my claims or debunking my claims. So, we tell the truth here, so it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, and when you go and you look up those references to the papers, and you can actually find the exact scientific papers that it points to. It's not like it's making them up. Of course, there are some times when AI can be creative and give you kind of weird answers. But if you just use it to cross-reference technical information and scientific papers, they can't lie about that. Here's the paper.
So I'm going to show us. It was kind of funny. Like on Friday night, we did the town hall, and Tack Mike got a great picture of me that I have turned into a meme now. And I'm going to provide that meme for everybody tomorrow morning. I just got to brand it, but I'm going to show you the baseline meme, and everybody's going to get a kick out of this one. I think it's like right there.
Oh,
when your Bigfoot story doesn't quite sound right.
Oh. Steve has achieved memehood.
So I will brand that, and then anybody can use it if they want. Corn cob, I don't know. You know what? You might want to ask it. What's it doing? It may give you some ideas, or at least give you a idea what's going on. Yeah.
Well, I did find out. I've had some conversations with AI about engine building. And I can tell you right now, it doesn't know much about engine building. Okay, but other than that, that's as far as using it for a reference, man, you can't beat it. Okay. Every time I talk about building an engine, it tells me the reasons why I shouldn't do that. And I'm like, I didn't ask you that.
Mike says I beat him to it to make that a meme.
That's a good one. Excellent photography there, Mike. Very good. Very good.
So
I used to be an amateur photographer. I love catching shots like that, and that was a very good one, Mike. You have done a good one there. That's a good one.
And while we're on a number of topics today, and we're going to do something, we're going to try something new tonight, and we're going to open up the call line tonight. Because, you never know. There might be one of those lurkers, because, and I'll explain why. If anybody caught my latest blog on the website, it's Lessons to be Learned, The Collapse of Trust, a case study. And it's about Melba Ketchum.
Yeah.
And it is a very lengthy, it gives a timeline, it gives documents, it gives all kinds of stuff, including things I completely forgot, like the hoaxed peer review paper.
Right.
And they were circulating a peer review paper that was actually hoaxed.
Yeah.
And Melba was making the claims that it was real. And I think it was Ars Technica issued a statement saying, no, that's not our format. That's completely a false peer review.
That's worse than being published on
Thank
your own
you.
website, you know. You purchase a website and publish your own work and say, hey, look, my work is published. Well, yeah, duh, you did.
Right. So we have the collapse of trust there.
Yes, exactly. Right.
And, you know, and again, we talk about the not only about what had occurred, we give a timeline, we give up the excuses, and then we talk about the Texas Forensic Science Commission because it matters as to what happened in the study.
Yeah,
and there's parallels, like failure to obtain accreditation.
Yeah.
For example, Ketchum was a veterinarian, right? But she was making, you know, she's acting like she's a geneticist, and she's not. I mean, why didn't she get that accreditation? She didn't do it for the Texas Science Commission, and she certainly didn't do it for the study.
This was the expert witness thing, right?
Yep. And we talk about misleading testimony and contradicting her own prior publications. Yeah. So, like, there is a parallel to that. And then we talk about, you know, how it deviated from the scientific practice, like peer review integrity, publication practices, taxonomy, and funding accountability. Yes, there was no funding accountability. And now, from what I understand, is she's raising more money with a GoFundMe to do another study, this time on Dogman. Right? Now, if you want to send your money, send it to Dr. Darby Orcutt.
Yeah.
That is the man down
it would be actually
in
used
Carolina
for
doing
science.
the study with the college.
Right.
And he's not charging people, you know, buckets of money to do this stuff.
No.
So, yeah, and then we have, you know, the psychology behind the excuses. It's things like illusionary superiority, cognitive dissonance, and the Dunning-Kruger effect, my three favorites. Yeah. And you can read it there on the website, but I'm not going to get that too deep into it. And so there you have that. So it's been a very busy week, despite being down for it. I actually was out of work on Thursday because I was feeling. I just laid down on the couch all day on Thursday. Nobody saw me. In fact, the wife bought me home provisions when she got home from work because I didn't move. And you know, Friday I got up feeling good. Went and did it Saturday morning. I got up. Bleh.
Well,
But it just took me maybe a mere hour to get, okay, I'm back to where I was yesterday. Yeah. And today it took about 3 hours to get back to that.
Yeah. Well, the way the weather's changed, man, it's crazy. 80-some degrees during the day, and then nighttime, you know.
35 degrees,
Yeah, you're probably getting really cool at night. Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm getting angry with is like half the day I got to have the air conditioning on, and half the day I got to have the heat on.
Yeah.
It's like, what the? I want to put my air conditioners away.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, during the day, ours runs a little bit, but at nighttime, it never kicks on. It seems like, and that's fine by me, buddy. I'm daddy. Save the electricity. You know, I love turn that light out if you're not in that room. You know?
So
I'll never recover from this.
So anyway, one of the things I did want to talk about today was another wonderful Facebook post. And here's the thing. If there is a and you know, I think the people who believe in the paranormal, Bigfoot, the cloaking, the portal jumping, cloaking, UFO, Bigfoot.
The woo. Oh, yeah.
We call it the woo. They take that as, they perhaps take that as an insult, the woo.
Yeah, well.
But one of the things that we take as flesh and blood, folks, is the term aper, right? That's like a derogatory term towards us.
Weird,
apers. Yeah. Kind of weird.
Bunch of apers.
Right, bunch of apers. All right. Well, let's get into this. So there was a post today that said apers are always angry. My people are people, not apes. So I had this wonderfully crafted response.
Huh.
And I omitted the gentleman's name on there because I don't want people to come down on him.
All right.
But I said, au contraire, I have rarely received a serious rebuttal to science from any of the woo. Only insults, lies, and misconceptions.
Yeah.
And that's very true, especially when you start getting, like the Ketchum folks are horrible. Outright, I mean, I had one comment on on one of our Ketchum videos that came up and said, "Oh, it's a known fact that all of her peer reviews were never read." Bullshit. Pardon my French.
Yeah,
it's an outright lie.
What are we? Is that opinion not based in reality? I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, in reality, you know, her stuff was peer reviewed, and people said this is no good.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, so I said, you know, I just want you to know, Homo sapiens are part of the great apes.
Yep.
So when they use apers, that's not even the correct term because Homo sapiens are great apes.
Well, I'm not.
When you say my people are people, not apes, well, they are because people are apes. But let's get in there. Not to insult you, but if you're going to rebut with correct terminology. And the term people refers to Homo sapiens, basically human beings referred to as collectively. Right. Now, we know the big guys are not Homo sapiens.
No.
Because they are structurally different than us. Foot morphology, limb, skull, muscle morphology, the possibility of a tapetum lucidum, etc. Right? Which would indicate a different DNA structure than us Homo sapiens.
Yes.
Right? So the term people, even forest people, is not proper usage. Again, I turned around, I said, all right. I said, forest friends, okay, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that'll work. Forest friends.
They're our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you all sit in a circle and sing freaking Kumbaya? I don't get it. But anyway, so they're not really your friends, you know? So even that's not even really, because technically they're not friends at all.
We don't even know if they would eat people, you know?
Grasshopper says, forest peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, peeps are us. Peeps are even Homo sapiens, or the little things you get in the package around Easter.
Well, you know, sometimes I call the Yorkies people. I'll tell Sandy, you know, when they're getting unruly, it's Sandy, control your people.
Well, yeah, I mean, in jest, that's one thing, but when you're in a scientific realm,
yeah, right. That anthropomorphism. That's what that is.
Yes, we also must. Again, and then I add this again. I say this not to insult or one-up you, but to make you better in your arguments.
Sure.
We also must avoid adding anthropomorphism to these beings for a more neutral tone here.
Right.
What they do and why they do it. If someone is using a human perspective, then it is anthropomorphism. But anyway, I am sorry if some seem angry. Some are. But always angry is a bit dramatic. Squatch on.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a very appropriate response, a very neutral tone type of, you know, I'm not going to break this guy down in front of everybody.
No.
There was no reason.
Just kind of let him know that we're reality-based investigations here. We're not...
Well, like I said, that wasn't even a comment left on our channel. That was a comment left on the one about the Melba saying that, oh, yeah, you know, none of her papers were peer reviewed. That's all, you know, that was an outright lie. And the funny thing is somebody actually said that too, that I allowed happen. You know, somebody said, yeah, that's an outright lie. You know, well, okay, fine. And it's true. It is. It's an outright lie. And it doesn't matter if that person is, you know, that person likely is being told that by the cult of Melba.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Because believe me, scientists would love to have a Bigfoot discovery, an actual Bigfoot discovery. They would love it. And if it was really good information, evidence that proved Bigfoot exists, they would be extremely excited about it. Not push it away. You know, not all scientists work for the men in black. You know, that's something about science. Scientists want to know. They want to know.
Right. Exactly. Yes. And somebody made a reminder too that Somebody made a reminder too that last week we lost Dr. Jane Goodall as well. Chris?
Do what now?
I said last week we lost Dr. Jane Goodall too.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, she passed away, I think, on last Thursday.
Oh, my God. Sorry, man. I was reading,
that's okay.
mixed comments over here in the chat. I've got to look this up now.
Yeah, she passed away. Of course, she was like 90-something years old.
Oh, okay.
So she wasn't a young
Oh, my
woman.
goodness. Yeah, she died October the 1st. I'll be dang.
Yep.
I'll be dang. Well, you know, she did a lot of work. A lot of work.
Helton, I'm in.
Nice.
He's thinking a metal version of Kumbaya. You and Steve. Yes, I'm in. But anyway, so we have that argument. And it is so true that there are so many misconceptions in the woo. Number one, they've never presented any evidence whatsoever. I have, believe it or not, I'm going through a, how should I say this? The person did not get this. I'm getting I start getting some Facebook PMs saying, "Oh, I'd like you to take a look at my Bigfoot evidence." Right? Okay, well, give me some time. I'm in the middle of my conference season and work and everything like that. So I get very busy towards the end of summer through now.
Yeah.
Now I move into field research stuff.
All right.
Now it's time I start going into the woods, getting that done.
Yeah.
And, very good. Patrick Barron met Jane Goodall. Not to get off topic here, but bless Jane Goodall. I was fortunate enough to meet her 3 times. My bosses were good friends of hers in New Hampshire. She was one of the nicest people I've ever met, and she was one of my heroes growing up. Well, I am sorry for your loss, Patrick.
Man, I hate that we lost Jane Goodall. Of course, you know, we can't all live forever. Nobody's going to live forever. But it's still, you know, it's a loss when you lose somebody. And I can't, I hate it. It's never easy, you know, but it's just something we have to accept and move forward.
Right.
Oh, man. Well, she did a lot of work with the chimpanzees. And,
how to get that frog out of my throat. Sorry, Chris.
You're fine, man. And, you know, we wouldn't know a third what we know now about chimpanzees and their behaviors if it wasn't for Dr. Jane Goodall.
Yep. Yeah, the chimpanzee is amazing. And then, you know, like Diane Fossey was the gorilla person, and she got murdered. She got murdered for her protection of those animals, those dear beings.
Well, yeah, I saw that movie. I know you've seen it too.
Gorillas in the Mist.
Yeah, had Sigourney Weaver in there.
Yep.
And it was, well, of course it's a movie, but it was based on some factual thing about
a lot of it was
her dressing up as a witch to convince the locals that she was a witch, and if they touched the gorillas, they would be harmed with magic. You know, I could understand that, but you know, that's probably had a lot to do with the way she ended too. Right. But you know, and Diane Fossey's job was probably a lot tougher than Jane Goodall's. You know, not to make light of either one of them, but you know, you walk up next to a 400-pound silverback, you know,
sure,
this thing could rip you in half and not think twice about it.
Yep. So we are 18 minutes to our surprise tonight.
Oh,
at the top of the hour, we will launch our new feature here for tonight. And we'll do this once a month. We're going to do this once a month. And that's why the title of tonight's show is Don't Adjust Your Sets. And I think this is going to be a monthly feature of ours.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So
that would be good. We could start a new thing. Be fun.
But yeah, so
Pat says, funny thing is I never asked Jane about what she thought about Bigfoot. She was a fascinating human being. I can agree with that. Yeah, I think she wanted Bigfoot to exist.
Yeah, she did. She says, you know, she didn't poo-poo the possibility.
Right. Yeah. I heard her make some comments to that effect, that she would love for Bigfoot to exist.
Hit Corncob's statement there.
Let's see. Corn Cob says, if you knew you could see Bigfoot, would you camp in a tent to do it?
Been there, done
Absolutely.
that, and absolutely. I've been there and done that.
Yes.
You know, my 2012 sighting, I was camping in my research area and zip. Oh, there's a juvenile running away. So,
Well,
yeah.
that's the thing too. I think Corn Cob's bringing up too about maybe about how your perception changes.
Oh,
Once knowing Bigfoot's out there, would you want to go camping anymore? You know, if you weren't looking for it.
so hit Nick's statement there.
Mick says, Steve, does the new feature have to do with the 2006 Harley Hoffman Bigfoot video?
So we have that guy that who lied about Ketchum, calling her a geneticist, and saying that Meldrum and Haskell Hart all supported Ketchum's stuff. That fountain of misinformation is now trying to revive the Harley Hoffman stuff. So what that means is that guy has such little material he can use that he has to go back 19 years to try to revive an old hoax to bring to the forefront. So, basically he's trying to convince the people that don't know about that. So this guy is a clickbait artist, and I do not like him at all. Do not like him at all.
I think the Harley Hoffman footage was used to promote a website that had to do with Christmas, or it was like Santa at the North Pole or something like that. I can't remember.
And Chris, I don't say that about a lot of people, that I don't like them.
Right.
But if he was just talking about the Harley Hoffman video or whatever, he is purposely misquoting and lying about what people are saying.
Right.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, that's wrong.
The guy,
That's wrong.
dirt merchant is what he is. He is peddling dirt. So,
I think some people in the world just love to do that. They love to create their own little world.
well, he's trying to fatten his little pockets, if
Yes.
they can get into his fat little thighs.
Exactly. It's all about the clicks and
Right.
oh man. But like I always
Yeah.
say, though,
Harley Hoffman, did he mention anything about,
reality based.
did he ever mention that they were also looking for Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Right.
He's gonna leave that part out.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Hello, Harley Hoffman is looking for Santa Claus as well.
That was
so-
really old, but it was well done. You got to give them that. It was well done because they just showed a little brief glimpse
Right.
of the guy in the suit.
And nothing ever came out afterwards of it.
Right, that was it. Just
Yeah. It's like,
That's
where's
it.
the complete video? They talked a good game around that little circle, but that's it. And you would think after 19 years that more video would come out?
Yeah.
Hell, we've even seen the Pancake Eater video from the Erickson Project. The greatest secret known to man.
right. The Munchkin Bigfoot.
Patrick Barron said Old St. Nick is Nephilim. Let's not go there. Let's not
no.
go there. Let's
Oh,
not
no.
go there.
Yes, Bigfoot's Nephilim.
Anyway, but yeah, so you look at stuff like this, and that was kind of, I got a long talk with Dr. Renee Holland, her from Finding Bigfoot, the skeptical scientist. And you know what? She was there, told everybody right there that she's had experiences she cannot explain. Steve had an out of tent experience.
Oh Lord. Well, that reminds me that the tent deal. There was one. I called it an encounter. I don't know if it wasn't a sighting, but this one lady who was typing in a blog somewhere, and I'd found this years ago. She said that she had toured Mammoth Cave, and while they were in the area, her and her husband had signed up for this Green River kayak or canoe. I can't remember. I think it was a Green River canoe trip. And they went down the river and they camped on an island one night because it was like a 2-day thing, 2-day trip. And they camped on an island one night. And while they were there, set up in the tent, they were joking about Bigfoot and stuff, and then laughing, and carrying on. They went to sleep, and she woke up, and something was pushing on the side of the tent, and she could hear footsteps walking around the tent.
Sure.
So she said she wasn't sure, what it was, but she couldn't help but think back to maybe it could be a Bigfoot encounter.
But you know what? At least you didn't say, well, I know it was Bigfoot.
No.
Right?
It wasn't
That's
that.
the important thing. When you start saying, I know it was Bigfoot, then we have issues, unless you actually saw it with your eyes that it was Bigfoot doing that.
Yeah.
Now, even like a hand coming in, I would accept that.
Yeah.
Right?
But I would not accept it. No.
Hey, and there's Mr. Matt in the house.
Hey, Matt. What's going on, bud? No, I would not accept a hand coming into my tent at night. No, that's unacceptable. Hands off. That's right.
Hands off. Well, T-minus 11 minutes till kickoff. And then we'll see what happens.
Let me see if I got to. Because Matt messaged me the other day. We were talking about something here local in Kentucky. It's coming up.
There you go.
And I need to get some more information out. The Park City Bigfoot Festival.
That's right. That's right down the road from
That's
you.
coming up, yes. It's the 11th of October at between 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Central Time in Park City, Kentucky. They're going to be located at Bell's Tavern Park, 130 Old Dixie Highway, Park City, Kentucky, 42160, if you want to look it up on your Google Maps.
Who's talking? Who's talking?
Do I?
Who's talking?
Oh. Schedule. October 10th, VIP tickets. Special hike planned with VIPs. This event includes who's going to be.
Who's the VIPs?
That's what I'm looking for. Okay, it's just
hold on, because it would be kind of bad, if you all gather for the VIP hike, and then all of a sudden you hear,
Joan, get me a Snapple.
So that would be a bad thing. So
that would be bad. Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We're going to see Alexander Petikoff. I don't know
Alex,
who this
good old
guy
Alex.
is.
I was out in the woods with him 8 days ago.
Okay. So Alex is going to be there. 9:30 a.m. On October the 11th. Alex will be speaking. And at 11 a.m. it's going to be Dusty Roof.
I know Dusty from the
investigator and researcher for the BFRO. That's
good guy, real good guy. Yep.
12:30 p.m. we got Ronnie LeBlanc, and let's see, speaker, writer, author of two
Well,
books.
I worry about Ronnie because he's big into this UFO cloaking Bigfoot stuff.
Yes. 2 p.m. we have someone. Who is this? David Taters Wickham. Who is that? Tater's going to be speaking
David, I just
at
saw
2
like a
o'clock.
month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, David's going to be speaking at 2 o'clock. And, oh, wow, cool. 3 p.m., Ken Gerhard, some guy. Ken Gerhard is going to be there. And, good. Ken's
Man,
a good
that
speaker,
stinks
too.
because you know what? It's like they got to get me on board on that one because
Let's see.
I'm right down the road from you.
4 p.m., roundtable discussion. Guest speakers will gather for roundtable discussion and questions and discuss why Steve Kulls is not speaking.
Weird.
No. Yeah, Steve, you should come down and speak for him.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll be. Walter says crash the party, Steve. Yeah, that would be a crash, wouldn't it? All of a sudden I show up. That would be a kind of a crash, wouldn't it? And that's what I worry about. I remember when I went to when we went to OBC. Remember when you and I were at Ohio Bigfoot many years ago, and everybody kept asking, "When you speaking, Steve? When you speaking?"
Yeah.
Not, I'm just here hanging out.
That's right. I am a.
I do that once in a while.
Yeah. I'm here to listen to everybody else. But All Star Cast going to be showing up on
very
at
good,
Park
very
City,
good.
So, maybe next time we can add Steve Kulls to the lineup.
You never know. That would be perfect too, because that would be like a 2-week Bigfoot week for me between Whitehall and New York. Because let me put this right out there that they've already announced the Whitehall Sasquatch Festival for next year.
Right.
You know, I mean, think about it. When you go to having, you know what? I did not show this picture. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Come on. So, I mean, when you have, there is just so much. I got so much crap on my computer right now between running around all week. I'm like going, where the hell is it? But anyway, the rafters, were just overflowing.
Right.
Is it in this folder? No, it's tonight's stuff. It was just unreal. When you go to having, you know, a couple of thousand people, you know, you go from having a local event, because I remember doing this event, I've been there every year. And I didn't speak. I spoke, but I didn't MC the calling contest, I think, for the first 3 or 4 years, maybe.
Right.
And I remember it going from 500 people to 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 to 3,000 to 4. And this year they were saying it was upwards between 5,000 to 7,000 people that were there during the course of the day.
Yeah.
And they have expanded this thing from just the park to the block to now 2 blocks to even 3. I don't know how far it went down because I didn't have time to necessarily get down there.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, there is a question from Mike Nation. Let's put that up.
Mike Nation. Mike says, I think Bigfoot will show itself to people that are pure at heart and good people, not posers. Just my opinion. What do you think about that?
Well, let's
2 people, or not the number 2 people. I don't think it'll show itself to people that are pure at heart.
2 people.
Yeah,
Yes. It's probably just a typo or a autocorrect thing.
Yeah. Auto. I hate those things.
So anyway, but what are exactly posers? Because define that. Do I think, and when you say a heart with an open heart, I get that there is a lot of Native American lore that and legend that will say that, and I appreciate that connection to the Native American culture, and I appreciate that. I think that if you don't act like you're hunting something, and regardless if you're wearing camouflage or not, there's a reason why there's camouflage. Not that you're going to sneak up on a Bigfoot, but there's reasons, and there's security reasons actually.
Yeah.
But if you're not sneaking around trying to, quote unquote, sneak up on them, yeah, you may see one. If you act normal, if you act like you're having fun or just camping, yeah, they're going to show themselves. They'll show themselves, hopefully, if they're in that area. But it's not something that's like a telekinetic type of thing. That, again, is anthropomorphic. Remember, a good heart. Well, what does Bigfoot even know what a heart is? Or, animals understand intention.
Yeah.
Right? Because how many times can you be in a forest, and if you're hunting a deer, they're all on alert. But if you're just hanging out, all of a sudden the deer will come walking around.
Right.
Right? So.
Yeah, there's something animals can tell what the person's got going on upstairs.
Right.
They know. Some people, dogs just don't like them. Cats just don't like them.
Right.
And there are others that,
And then again, there's some dogs and cats that are just assholes. That is the truth. You'll have a dog nip at you for no reason at all. You're like, oh, hi, little boy.
Yeah.
What do you do? That dog's an asshole.
But, I think maybe these creatures are like any other animals.
Right.
Could get an impression from the type, what your actions and things.
So I don't know. Did that kind of answer your question, sir? I don't know. Just pop it up in chat if I answered your question or not. I really think that a lot of times the sightings are by accident.
Yes.
Here's this 8-foot tall one watching our campsite, and this schmuck quietly, while everybody's making noise, this schmuck here just kind of quietly walks to his car to get batteries, and surprise, right? Had it seen me going there, it would have been out of there.
Yeah, I think it's
so. Sometimes they happen by accident. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be by accident because you just out walking in the woods and you round a bend, and then. Well, standing there in front of you is a big gorilla-looking thing.
100% right, Lori Gibbs. Animals are built to survive and eat first. If something is wonky, you will know by their behavior. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, like going up to a forest.
I don't think they can read our minds, but I think when you've got something going on, I mean, your body will give out certain scents that they can pick up on.
Now, they're primates. Don't forget they're primates.
Yes.
So they're smart, right?
Yeah.
So they see something. Maybe they've learned what a rifle does.
Yeah.
Maybe they've learned what a firearm does.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So maybe they've observed hunters. Like, oh, we know what that does. Because they learn.
You got to... Most wild animals will rely on their instincts.
Right.
But you cannot deny that most wild animals have a certain intelligence, but with these, with Bigfoot, they have a level of intelligence that would be problem-solving intelligence, and that's a little bit step up.
Mike Nation gave us the laughy symbol. I don't know what that means. Perhaps he would like to engage if he disagrees with something we say. Oh, okay.
Well,
who knows? So should we do this? 10 o'clock. Let's do this. We're going to try this for the first time.
10 o'clock.
And again, thank you, Beatron, for your $10 drop to our wonderful
Thank
research
you so much,
fund.
Appreciate you.
So here we go. So what we're going to do, and I got to go in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to try this for the first time. We're going to open up a caller line because now we can do this. And you can call us here at 518-855-1450.
Corn cobs say, okay, so they stay away from deer feeders. Not in Kentucky, from what I was told.
Thank you, Mick.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Mick. Mick gifted 5 Squatch-D memberships.
So we now have the line is open, and I have the answer right here in front of me. So what's probably going to happen is you're going to hear it click on. You'll hear me talking. So make sure you turn down your device if you're listening, or your, whatever, your television if you're listening on TV. And you will come on the air, and I will...
I don't know if anybody's going to call in, man. I mean,
you never know.
If you want to, go ahead. Don't feel obligated, but if you got something you want to talk about, bring it up. Come on, bring it on.
Right.
Steve, you're doing a great job, and I just wanted to say hi. Or, Steve, you're doing a terrible job, and I just wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, give me the golden raspberry, When
you going to get rid of that hillbilly you got, Steve? Get a decent co-host. Get rid of that hillbilly.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Good to know. Good to know. You were talking about dogs and cats attacking, and okay, gotcha. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can answer that, Mike, and I'm glad to have you here as well. First time in chat I've seen you, so excellent. Welcome, and kick your feet up, have yourself time. I try to, like I said, it's an animal thing that animals will know your intentions a lot of times.
Yes.
Well, like I go over to Rufus over here. He's sleeping. I try to pick him up and he runs.
Right.
So they understand your intentions, and that's a dog. That's a domesticated animal. I get that, but
I can give you one example, and I wouldn't have believed it either if I hadn't seen
anyway,
it.
Just so
this
you
guy
know,
named Tim.
Hold on, Chris. Lori says I can probably call, but no camera. No, the call in line there is no camera.
No, it's just a telephone call.
It's
babe.
like a telephone line, like the
Yeah,
old
yeah.
days of Blog Talk Radio, except the sound is a lot better. Right?
So what I was saying,
Sorry.
this one guy named Tim, I won't mention his last name, but Tim came over to our home one day with one of my uncles. They were buddies growing up. And Mom kept turkeys around. Of course, she had some chickens, but the turkeys were just pets. You know, they just kind of wandered around. They weren't, you know, trapped in a cage or anything. They just wandered around the farm. And, yeah. So, one of these turkeys just busts out in a dead run as hard as it can go straight towards Timmy. And it jumps up in the air and it starts flogging him, spurring him, flop, 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 kicking him, spurring him, kicking him. And, you know, he's like, we were all horrified. We're like, oh, God, what's going on with this turkey? That turkey never bothered anybody in his life. And then after Timmy got away from him, he said, no. He said, it's me. He said, I don't know what it is, but every time I get around an animal, they all attack me.
Well, perhaps you shouldn't, you know, perhaps if you had your pocket filled with like stuffing and, you know, cranberry sauce, that's perhaps why the turkey was so angry.
I don't know what it was.
But hey, we just want to say that ready, steady, retro, and welcome again, and welcome to the membership. And says, well, thank you for the gifted membership at Mick.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mick, what a great guy. What a great guy. Mick, I just can't say enough good things about you. We love you, man. Thank you.
He said he'd call, but his wife is hollering at me in the background. You'd be bleeping out 90% of what you hear.
Oh. But some
But
people, animals don't like.
Yeah, but if anybody wants to call, you know, it's not a camera thing. You just pick up your cell phone, dial that number, and we'll put you on the air, and you can ask whatever. And we actually have a call screening option here too as well. So when the call comes in, I'm gonna put you on hold real quick, and I'm gonna jump in on the hold line, and just make sure who we're talking to. And platypus don't like you. Yes, that's right. The platypus flogged Kaiju Ninja. But yeah,
you know, at least turkeys aren't venomous.
They aren't?
No.
I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly.
Yes.
One of the funniest comments
Only
ever made in television.
Platypus and platypuses and turkeys, yes.
Now,
Have
well, multiple
WKRP
platypus,
in
is that
Cincinnati.
platypi?
Yeah, my favorite episode ever, WKRP in Cincinnati,
Yep.
the Thanksgiving episode.
And people have gotten that too. I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly.
Oh my God.
If you've ever seen the Thanksgiving episode, you gotta watch it.
You gotta see it. You gotta see it. It's on YouTube. I've watched it. I showed it to my son.
The carnage.
Yeah. Oh. These poor guys. Yeah. They were dumping these farm raised turkeys off the top of a bell tower or something.
Yep.
Oh, it's horrible. Horrible.
It's just,
Wild turkeys can fly though. Wild turkeys can fly as good as any other bird. They can go.
I've seen them go
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
you know, about 20 feet, 30 feet in the air, and they fly across the
Yeah.
road. I've seen them do that. But yeah, it's
They're
really
not
cool.
really. They're not really good about landing. You know, when they get above the treetops and they land in the top of the tree, I think maybe they don't really consider that they weigh considerably more than a regular songbird. Yep. So whatever limb they land on, it starts bending way down.
Right. Well, you know, it's nice to have the phone line back a bit. And the reason why is I think that will encourage people that don't want to get on camera to actually call in, ask a guest a question, ask us a question, do stuff like that. Have a conversation.
I kind of miss when we had the line on Block Talk. I kind of miss the prank callers every now and then would come.
Oh, let's not go there, Chris.
And, no, I mean, you know, I'm not praying for them or anything.
Yeah, but but you see, back then we didn't have a call screen room. Now we have a call screen.
Yes.
But if there's a person that is on the woo side of things, wants to talk and discuss things like a human being, we can certainly do that. And if you disagree with me on the Ketchum study, we can certainly talk about that too. We can have a discussion without being enemies or degrade it to name calling. If you disagree with me about Todd Standing, hey, Todd Standing, if you're out there listening, there's the number to call in. So,
I would like to hear a nice debate on the woo versus the apers.
yeah,
Which that's kind of funny, the apers.
That is.
I mean, why would it be considered odd, or why would you consider to making fun of somebody that held the position that this biological creature that they saw walk in the woods is anything other than a biological creature, living creature?
Right.
What? You saw Bigfoot and you don't think it's magic? Oh, no. No.
I want to hear the science behind that.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see one disappear
hang on.
and walk through a portal. I would be fine with it. I'd be like, wow. Okay.
Hey, 413, you're on the air.
Hi, Kulls. I have a question for how go between the different where you have described Sasquatch as big human, and then the one very
Ooh, we have a bad connection going on here.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like it's breaking up.
Yeah, 413, you're breaking up, and I don't know why. Oh. All right, just try calling back.
Is it maybe a cell phone connection?
Right.
It sounds like it's dropping. Yeah.
Are you still with us, 413?
All right.
Okay, let's try it again. Whoop. Nope, they're gone. Okay.
Yeah, it sounded like a cell phone.
I just hope it's not the internet flubbing like that.
Oh,
here we go. Let's try this. Here we go again. Okay, 413, let's try this again.
All right.
Beautiful.
Does it sound better this time?
A lot better.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Yep.
So my question is, how do you reconcile the difference between reports where you have people who talk about Sasquatch as basically a large, hairy person, like you get in some of the Native American and more northern United States and Canada reports, and then the very ape-like ones that you get further down south? I've been to a few conferences and Bigfoot get-togethers where people talk about, and they'll say how they've had reports in the same area, but you'll have some where they describe they describe it literally just as a very big, tall person who seems intelligent, and then others, they say, oh no, well, I ran into one and it looked like it had like a baboon face.
Right. So, great question, by the way, and thanks for calling in.
Awesome.
I would say there's a number of things going on there. Number one is witnesses have their own perspective. And sometimes when they go through like an experience, there are always holes in that experience. So what happens is it relies on the mind and its recollections or its biases to fill in those gaps. So somebody may not have seen the face clearly, but the mind will fill in that gap with it looked like a human, or it looked like it looked like a baboon, or it looked like something like that.
Right.
And that's generally what happens. I mean, if you go back to newspapers in the 1920s, there was sightings in Long Island of a gorilla man, or something that looked like a gorilla but walked upright. And these are all, or even back in the 1800s, you had the wild man before the discovery of the gorilla. So you have all these perspectives that people are just filling in with nomenclature they're familiar with. And, you know, that is what kind of, the big thing is how tall was it? Was it covered in hair? And then you find all the general things match up quite nicely. So I don't know if that answers your question, but. Did we?
I think I've.
Yep.
You broke up for a second,
Okay.
but yes, that does answer the question. I do appreciate the answer, and thank you so much.
Oh, anytime. Thanks for calling in. Okay, we're going to take our next call, so I appreciate you calling in. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with anthropomorphism, Steve. Because some people see one and they're like, it's human.
Oh, yep.
Other
Okay,
people see it.
661, you were on the air. Area code 661, you're on the air.
Can you see is this Todd? Is this Todd?
Who? No,
Hello?
this is Steve.
Is this Todd Standing?
No, it's not Todd Standing.
Shoot. Wait. Steve, Chris, I'm just kidding. No, I don't ever watch.
Okay.
I don't watch that guy.
Okay. Do me a favor. You got something going on in the background. You need to turn that down because you're coming. There we go.
All right.
So I'm sorry. Repeat what you said. That was kind of funny, I think.
He's calling Todd Standing.
You're calling for Todd Standing.
Hey, Todd, are you here? I don't think Todd's here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Steve, sorry. I thought I was calling Todd Standing there for a minute. I just want to call and say hi, boys. How you doing? Send some Bigfoot out here because we're a little low on them.
Okay, we will send him your way.
That's what we can do.
Thanks for calling in, my friend. Have a good night. See, that's the fun thing about this. Yeah, and now we have some questions coming up in chat, which makes this great, isn't this? Like the old Blog Talk days. So,
Kaiju Ninja says, does Steve and Chris believe there are different types or subspecies around the country world? Gee, I don't know. Do you believe there's different subspecies or types?
No, I don't. And the reason why is this. We have enough problems just typing one.
Yeah.
Right? Now to think that there are different subspecies of Bigfoot running around the country. No, I think that part of that is the dimorphism in primates, which means that we have the ability to have different sizes and shapes and hair color. I don't want to say fur because they don't have fur. Yeah. Primates have hair. Yeah. But hair color, and look a little bit differently, facially. And on that note, we also have to use Bergman's rule, which, the weather conditions will affect it. Food conditions will affect it. Diet will affect the sizes and shapes.
Going to be different. You're going to have different looking creatures based on where they live.
Right. Yep.
These guys that live in the big Pacific Northwest and mountain ranges, well, they're usually reported to be big husky football player types, and the ones down in Florida and Georgia and places like that are kind of long and lanky. So maybe not as tall, not as big, not as bulky. But are they the different species though? Well, we don't know. We got to find one first.
Yep.
Once we get a species type and some DNA on file, then we can start matching them up. That would be good.
Sure.
Yep. Comparing them.
And
great question.
Great questions. Great. There is, people talk about hybridization, but hybridization within species as they evolve is a very small time period. And sometimes those hybridizations provide us creatures or beings that cannot reproduce. They're sterile, like the jackass.
Yep.
Or the mule. Mule.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ready Steady Retro says, also, maybe some of the more pronounced or muzzle type features could possibly be a mistaken dogman rather than Sasquatch sighting. Well, that's the thing. First, we would have to agree that there
Dogman
are
exists.
Dogmen, yeah.
And that one for me is a tall tale. 30 years ago, nobody was talking about Dogman. And just saying. Hey, we got a new member to our channel.
Wolf Lord Brand,
Welcome.
We appreciate you being
Welcome to the family.
Yeah. I think a lot of the Dogman sightings are just misidentifications, is what I think. I don't think there's anything ill-intended about it.
Exactly. I think they're misidentifications. I also think they could be paranormal, because I do believe in the paranormal. I just don't believe they're the same. Now, I know Chris and I differ on that.
I'm skeptical. Yeah.
Right. But then again, Chris hasn't had the experiences I've had in that side. So that's why we disagree, and that's fine. It's no different when somebody says, especially at these conferences and these festivals, I don't really believe in it. Well, as long as you keep an open mind, I have no problem. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to make you believe. Yep. Just look at the evidence and you will understand. And the funny thing is I was told that over this weekend, that the weekend previous, a gentleman who is a skeptic, who came there as a skeptic with his wife, who was a believer, heard what we had to say at the lectures. Yeah. And at the end of the day, he turned around to his wife. He goes, "You know what? I believe now. I actually think that these guys have convinced me. They're serious. Yeah. They're grounded in science. Yeah. Because the lineup we had in Whitehall was me, Alex Petikoff, Paul Bartholomew, and a few others. I mean, just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you. Anytime, my friend. Wolf, welcome to the family. You're going to have a fun time here. You make yourself home, chat up with the crew. We got a very friendly crew out there. And I see the Howler tootled in. Hello, Howler. Good to see you tonight.
The thing about it is, I think we're not out to convince anybody one way or the other whether Bigfoot exists or not. Steve and I both, we share this in common. We always tell everybody, it's great to be skeptical. That you want to be skeptical. And as a matter of fact, you can go ahead and be skeptical right up to the moment you see one for yourself.
Andrew Nichols has a great question. Chris, let's pop that one up there. Andrew, welcome to the chat. Glad you're asking questions, and make yourself at home. We got a friendly crew here, very smart crew as well.
Yeah. Andrew says, do they have regional differences in their vocalizations?
Don't know enough about that. Could be. That might explain why the ones in the high Sierras really you don't hear too much around the country, like the samurai chatter and stuff like that.
Right.
There are some people who will say, well, I've heard stuff like the samurai chatter. But then again, you have to understand that, there's also some auditory bias going on too.
Yeah.
If you know of the samurai chatter and you hear something in the woods you can't explain, you may attribute it to that. Right. So, like I said, the mind fills up the missing pieces sometimes. And you got to understand that's about witnesses. And as a person who has talked to thousands of witnesses, either for crimes or for Bigfoot, their minds will fill up things. Like even sequences of events, people will mess up sequences of events. Like they'll say who threw the first punch, and somebody will swear up and down, and then a third party that person threw the first punch. Then we get a video and find out it's actually the other one. So,
well, I've heard recordings that were supposedly Bigfoot related, and I've never heard that.
I'm going to put Tessa's comment. I think this is a great one too.
Yeah.
She was trying to say that when you see something that you've never seen, you start trying to link it with what you know exactly, because that's the way the mind works. And it looks like you've probably read my book, but that's what happens is you have a file system. And when you see something, the file system you're going through, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And for those missing pieces, we start throwing in those little pieces. Okay, it had this, it had that, it had this. And okay, we have another call coming in too. And we are talking to the 276 area code. You are on the air. Hello.
Hey, Dan Kegley.
Hey, Dan, how are
Dan.
you, sir?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to point out that Terrestrial, who was on Project's show about 3 months ago, she does excellent data analysis using the BFRO data other sources. She says that her analysis of Sasquatch size data from across the United States is not supported by Bergman's rule.
Well, that very well could be. Bergman's rule is one of those things we throw out to explain differences. It's one of the examples. It's not necessarily the end all be all.
Right. Yeah. But her work is really phenomenal, elevating our whole field.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're all trying to fill those footsteps that, like I said, we can't fill the shoes, but we can certainly try to walk in his tracks. And I think we're all trying to do our part now.
That's a great quote.
And trying to up the game there. So how you been, Dan? Good to hear from you finally.
I've been great. Hope you have been.
Yes. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's it. Just wanted to point that out.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for calling in, Dan. We'll see you in chat, brother.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
That's a good point. Of course,
Yeah, real good.
the only thing though is there's all types of Sasquatch being sighted at all different ages too. So a fully grown Sasquatch is going to be much bigger and bulkier probably than a teenager Sasquatch.
Right.
Now that's just my thoughts. Okay.
Yeah. And we're all entitled to our opinions and our hypotheses.
Yeah.
And we just got to figure it out.
Yeah. Because they're not born 8 feet tall, right?
Right. And even if we disagree on certain aspects of it, doesn't, like the whole Bergman's rule thing, that's not an end all be all. I mean, that's one of the things that will happen. And that's why I think Bergman's rule applies to the skunk ape, which is why it's smaller, because it's in a more tropical climate. So it has less of a body mass to attract all that heat.
Yes.
Not saying that's necessarily fact. That's just a hypothesis. And yes, it may be food source, which is not Bergman's rule.
Right.
It could be just, regional variations. Animals will adapt. I'm sure, and now it has given me another idea to research animals of the same species that have different physical adaptations that live in different parts of the world.
Right.
So maybe we'll cover that the next time.
Yeah, well, you got a population of grizzly bears that live on Kodiak Island, and they're some of the largest bears in the world. Very much larger than the grizzly bears in the western parts of the United States. Right. But yet they're grizzly bears.
Yep. Texas Jack says brown bears come to mind. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, if you think about it, grizzly bears and Kodiak bears are the same animal.
Yes.
But they're very different.
Very much so.
Very different.
Big.
And it doesn't have anything to do with Bergman's rule. It has to do how they evolved in their separate ecosystems.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think maybe eating salmon has something to do with it. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, man. Mike Nation. I don't know if I put Mike's comment up here. Mike says, the first time I heard the chatter, I thought it was raccoons, but I can't say if it wasn't.
And that's good. See, Mike, that is a great frame of mind.
That's a way to think of it, yeah.
Because we have to check our own biases in, and that's what you're doing. And that's what makes people good researchers, is like, well, can't say 100% for sure. I'll let you people think about it and toss it around. It's what we did with the poplar buff photo is, hey, we can't say for sure, but this is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a scapula. I'm seeing a patty butt. It's up to you guys to figure it out. I got no answer for it.
We can't definitively say it's a Sasquatch. But
right, exactly.
we could say that I like it.
Like I do too, yeah. I was actually quite. I mean, when I saw it, I started playing
That's-
around. Like, this is something we haven't seen in a while.
If it's not, that's what one sure would look like. Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. There's the next comment.
Kaiju Ninja says, "Do you think Sasquatch research needs their own Jane Goodall?" We've got one.
Don't point at me.
There he is.
I haven't been in the you know, it's like if I could spend months on end in the woods at my research area, yeah, maybe, but
That's the thing.
nobody's
you know,
paying me to do that, so I still have bills to pay. So
you
no.
would have to find a group of these creatures that didn't mind your presence, and you would have to infiltrate that group and spend time with them observing their behaviors. And I don't think you can do that. I don't think there's any way possible.
Now, yep, great. Corncob has a good one too. Pop that one up.
If it could be done, I'd say somebody would have already done it.
Right? Yeah. I mean, let me just give you the best example. Do they know me up in my researcher? I believe they do. And obviously, when we had that audio,
Right.
we had a couple of years ago, they responded to me.
Right.
When I said, come on, I started calling out, whistling for them, and then I got a very friendly whoop back.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that is, a whoop is a curiosity call or a friendly call in primate language. So it's like, all right, we're good. And so do I think, you can habituate them to a certain extent, but we haven't had time to come close to where, they'll come into my camp when I'm sitting there. So they're still keep their distance. And I think that's part of their defense mechanisms too. And go ahead with Corncob's comment.
Yeah, Corncob say the southern Bigfoots are almost 10 foot.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what we can do. And what I will do for next Sunday's show is what we're going to do is we're going to scrub the Bigfoot Mapping Project and the BFRO database for, let's say, all the southern states. We'll go Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma. I think that's a good range there. And we'll look at those. I think I named off 6 states.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at those 6 states and see what the average height reported is. Because that's what we can do. We can actually... Now we can actually take the data set that we have, and analyze it to see if that is true.
Well, I think we're going to get something too it's going to be where people always say it was 8 feet tall. Every sighting, because people have no. I don't want to say they're a poor judge of height. Okay, average person is a poor judge of height. So something that's like 6'8" to 7 feet tall would seem like it's 8 feet tall to them.
Hang on, I was going to star that one. Hang on. I agree. I mean, remember how tall and big our grandparents look,
Right? Yeah.
right?
And it's. When you see one of these creatures, it's there's such a size difference that it will mess with your scope of being able to determine what size that is. So it's like I compare it to like being a 5-year-old child, and you're holding your parent's hand and looking up at your parents.
Right.
That's how you feel when you have a Bigfoot sighting.
It's like you can. I'm very good at judging height because that's what I've done for a living for so many years. It's like, okay, that person is right. But once you get above that 6 foot, like 4, 6'5" level, then everything starts to go downhill.
Yes.
Right. Things look, sometimes a person is 6'7". My God, that guy looked like 7 feet tall.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when does too tall become like hard to judge?
Yeah.
And that's with all of us. So it's not an insult. It's just plain fact.
That's the way things are. That's reality. So I always recommend, and when I speak to somebody that, that are going out, and hopefully they want to have a sighting, and hopefully they'll have a sighting, but I always tell them, if you see it, if it's near a tree, visualize, I know you'll be looking at the creature, but visualize the nearest limb to the top of its head. and then keep that limb in mind, because you're going to go back later and you're going to measure that limb, how high it's off the ground, and that'll give you an idea how tall that creature was standing next to it.
And very good about your 2 cents, Texas
Jack. Yeah, just my 2 cents. But unless measurements were actually taken off reference point,
yeah, they're generally bad at,
don't
especially
put much
under
stock in
stress.
eye
Absolutely.
witness.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's not intentional.
There is that stress factor too.
Yeah, it's not intentional. It's people, they don't know. Okay.
And when we were talking about the bears, Ready, Steady, Retro said extended further the polar bear pandas, even for adaptations, variation of bears. Yeah, but what I was trying to do there, Retro, is I'm trying to keep it within the same family. So I don't want to compare like Ursus americanus, which is the polar bear, I believe. No, that's Ursus arcticus. Polar bear is Ursus arcticus. The black bear is Ursus americanus, and the grizzly bear is but anyway,
commit that to memory.
Right. We got another return caller here. Hang on.
I'll look it up for you.
Here we go. We're gonna take another call, Chris.
Go ahead, man.
And you were on the air, 661.
Yeah, it's Danny again, Steve.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
About that. I'm all right. Sorry about that last call. I had Todd standing on speed, accidentally hit the wrong button, so forgive me for that.
Oh, you're forgiven. You're forgiven. Yeah. All's forgiven.
All right. So, anyway, I had to cut the show off, which wasn't too hard to do. But so I got in that way. I got in by. It's a new technology just out. You probably hadn't heard of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for everything, man. Go and keep on going. I just wanted to make sure that this actually worked. So I'm on it. And keep doing this. We like to call it.
Thank you. That's good to know. I'm glad that I'm liking this too. It kind of steps up the conversation. So appreciate it, Danny. Have a good one.
Thank you for calling in. Yes, sir.
All the way from California, baby. I tell you.
All
right. Coast to coast, baby.
I got to go. All right.
Take
care.
care.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Oh, man.
So.
Love it.
Love it. Yeah, this is working pretty well, I think. So.
Grizz, Big G, and Silver. Let's see. The grizzly bear's name, scientific name, is
Ursus arcticus.
Horribilis.
Yeah. Horrible.
Yes, it's
a horrible
bear.
Polar bear.
Right, yeah.
Oh, we got another call.
Hang
on 1 second.
Bears scare me.
And
Hello?
hello. You were on the air.
Hey, this is Tessa, actually. And I might lose you because I'm in the mountains.
Oh, geez.
Sorry,
Well,
can you
Tessa,
hear me
hello.
okay?
Yes, we got you, Tessa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We are wonderful. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, okay, so I have a kind of, I don't know if it's called a theory or what, but the reason why they are smaller in more of the, like, the Midwest and to the South, I think it's because, well, there's two factors. The humidity, so they shed a lot. They're not as, we're in the, where I'm at, they would have more fur because of the, to keep them warm, because it snows out here and it's cooler. Does that make sense? And then the heat is dry heat. It's not wet heat like it is in Texas and
Right.
Arkansas. Does that make? I don't know if you can hear me.
I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing about primates, though. Primates.
Oh, I lost you.
Huh?
Oh,
What was
I
that?
think she lost us, maybe.
Oh.
In Tahoe.
Oh, so anyway, I don't know if you can hear us, but the thing is with primates, they have hair. They don't have fur. And we lost her. And we don't shed. Primates don't shed.
Yeah.
Except people like Chris and I that, right? We shed our hair on our head, well, male pattern baldness. But yeah, for the most part, we lose hair follicles every so often, but it's not like we don't have fur. Fur is very intricate. And when you and if you shave the skin down on a furry animal, you can still feel the fur a little bit.
Well, I think it may have something to do with, though, if you're exposed to a harsh environment and you're not wearing clothing, your body may may grow more hair as a response. That's possible.
Right. Correct.
But you know, the main differences people describe are like the bulkiness of the Pacific Northwest Sasquatches versus the long and lanky of the southern Sasquatch.
And the weather conditions actually is directly relatable to Bergman's role as well. So but yeah, great question, Tessa. Great idea. But that's where I kind of dissent is that we're not fur covered. We're primates are hair covered. So, but I mean, good thinking that everybody's got to keep their wheels spinning, and that's this kind of conversation is what moves the ball forward. Now let's get to Jen's question.
Yeah, Jen says, do you think by holding a camera near your eye or by your face, it might make them think of a firearm? Ooh,
very good point.
Good question.
Good point. I mean, especially some of those long telephoto lenses. Yeah, I could see them mistaking that. But I think when they're going with the phone, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's a good point. That if primates as part of their culture, because chimpanzees have culture, we have culture. I mean, even orangs and gorillas have their own cultures. They do different things amongst different groups. Yeah, that's what they've learned. So among certain Bigfoot cultures, they may learn what a firearm is. Yeah. And, it's really important that we consider that. Yeah. So that's a great point. Great point.
Don't go out there with a camera that looks like a firearm. I don't think they would have any idea what a camera is, but if it looks like a firearm, well, they probably leery. I would be. Mike Nation says, what about the ultrasound or zapping, they call it?
Okay, Mike, it's probably autocorrect. I think you meant infrasound. Yeah. And when infrasound is things under 20 hertz is infrasound. If I may be off a little bit, but anyway, it's an ultra low frequency. Yeah. Zapping is kind of a silly term because it's people think they can project that. Right. But I think infrasound is a viable option. Yes. And we got another call coming in here.
They can do something.
Here we are, 231 Michigan. You are on the air.
Yay, Michigan.
On the air? Oh, my stream must be running slow. Holy crap, I can't believe I'm talking to these and Chris Bennett.
What's up?
Well, welcome. The honor's all ours. Go ahead.
No, all mine. Trust me. I've sent you pictures and everything and been looking for replies and curious on what you thought of my tree. My name's Brian Barber.
Oh, Brian. What's up, Brian?
Good to see you, man. All right. Well, good
How
to
we
speak
doing?
All right. So I have to go back and look at your stuff individually. Like I said, it's from the end of summer to now, it's been hell week. I tell you what, I will get to your stuff and I will, how about we do this? We'll shout it out, to you on, by midweek this week. I'll get back to you on that because, it's funny. I literally
get the one I want you to see.
Huh? I'm sorry?
The tree peeker's the one I want you to see.
Okay, I'll take a look at that one. Absolutely. Because I literally get like hundreds of photos every month. And oh man. Yeah, I hey, look at this footprint, look at that, look at that, look at this, look at that. And I'm running actually 3 investigations right now in 3 different states. So I got one going in New York, I just got one in Massachusetts, and now I got one in Vermont as well. So I'm kind of juggling all of this and the conferences and going to work and dealing with, this bronchitis thing. But I will get back to you. I have not forgotten about you. It's just things get so, and then also I have a cyber stalker because they're sending me portal pictures. And, I was like, listen, I don't think we're going to agree on anything here. And they continue to send me stuff.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, they're tying up email to look at my stuff. Sons of bitches.
We will do that, Brian. I promise you. I'll get to
Thanks,
it this
Brian.
week.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys just made this is my bucket list right here. Thank you so much,
Awesome,
guys.
Sauce. Thank you, Brian. Take care.
Thanks for calling, bud.
Bye-bye.
What a nice guy.
Yes.
Now Ready Steady Retro made a point. We're talking about the growing hair, in a colder climate stuff.
Yes.
And pigs do this. It's like pigs do. Grow excess fur and tusk if put out in live, in the wild to live in the woods. That's right.
Right. And that's
your
not
pigs can go
necessarily,
feral.
right, and that's not necessarily a hog thing. That may be a mammalian thing too. Is that we tend to adapt. I mean, think about, there's different types of elephants. Why does the Indian elephant look different from the African elephant? Well, where they have long, the African ones have the tusks, where the Indian ones do not.
Yeah. Well, the big floppy ears on the African ones. The Asian elephants have the smaller ears.
Right. Yep.
But
but then again, I don't know if they're different species, or a subspecies of each other. So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. They're both elephants, of course, but one of them was adapted to live in the heat of the African continent.
Very dry
and hot. Right.
Dry and hot, and versus the Indian area, which is very humid and hot.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of elephants in Thailand too. Yeah. The Asian elephants. But I think all of them can have tusks. It's just the main difference is in the size of the ears. And which I don't know if I would qualify as an African elephant or I got big ears. Oh man.
Why heck, you look like a cab with its doors open. Anyway.
Haju Ninja says, do you think October, fall are the best months for Bigfooting?
Depends on where you are.
They are in Kentucky. Yep.
I would say in the Whitehall area, absolutely as well.
Yeah. See, the problem in Kentucky during the summertime, okay, well, we have snakes, ticks, you name it, okay. And plus, if Steve and I were walking on a back road somewhere and Steve was to move 15 feet into the woods, he would disappear. I could not see him.
Right. Sure.
He would be gone, And in the fall, after the leaves get off the trees, that's the main thing. After the leaves are on the ground, now you can see a very good long distance through the woods, and you can search for dark objects. And once you see those dark objects and they stick out from the background of the leaves, then you can start concentrating on that one area. But in the summertime, man, everything, it's like a freaking jungle. It is. All the ground growth, the greenery near the ground is just like, a jungle. You have to hack your way through it to get through it, to see anything.
That's right.
Yeah, no joke. 15 feet away, you could squat down and nobody could see you. Plus, you'd probably get snake bit. I don't like snakes. No, don't like snakes. There's Brian back. Hey, Brian. Brian says, thank you for taking my call. The honor was all on this end, Brian. We're pleased to have you guys.
Yes,
call
absolutely.
Thank you. And yes, I imagine different variants depending on locations. Alaska would have to be huge to compete with grizzly. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having to compete with a grizzly bear for anything. It's like, if I'm salmon fishing and a grizzly walks out, he wants my fish, take it. Yeah, there you go, babe.
Remember that video of the bear and the fisherman fighting over that?
Yes. Yes, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Now people will ask, Steve, what's with the camouflage? And they've asked me that for years.
Yeah.
Sometimes here's a quick, retort. It's been a long time since I've answered that question, I think, and here's for the new people. Why, if we're not going to sneak up on a Sasquatch, why you wear camouflage?
Right.
It's not for the Bigfoot. There's a lot of other animals in the forest.
Yep.
And one of the most dangerous ones, especially when you're tromping through areas, is humans.
Yeah.
If I have been in areas where you may walk up in this deserted forest, beating the brush, and come upon a meth lab.
Yeah.
Or a growing field.
Oh boy.
Or, a unofficial distillery.
Ah.
Right? So you gotta be aware of those things. That's, a lot of people, I do not go in armed a lot except with my mace, my bear spray. Hey, if you bear spray somebody with a puss, and fill their puss up with bear spray, guess what's going to happen? They ain't going to have a good day.
Yeah.
So that's why, and the fact is we, the other animals, if I need to duck off trail or something because there's an animal hopping through, right? The other thing too is I hear so many people, not so many people, but some people will say, well, I descented everything to go in after the Sasquatch. Listen, the Sasquatch is not going to smell you a mile away. It's not going to smell you a half mile away. It may smell you 30 feet away, but it's certainly not going to be smelling you any far distance like a bear.
Yeah.
Bears have incredible senses of smell. So do deer and raccoons. Yeah. Why? Because, they all have snouts, and the snouts is where the nerves for the sensory organs of the nose are.
Yeah.
Right? We have small snouts. So guess what? A Bigfoot has a small snout. So guess what? Our sense of smell is not very distant.
Right.
Now, they may be able to detect as we are. People say, well, I think they can detect stuff a little bit better than we can. Well, yeah, that's their home.
Probably, yeah.
Right? But when something's burning your house, you pick up on that right away, right?
Sure.
You walk into your house, you know what your house smells like?
Right.
It smells like something electrical's burning.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or you smell something that isn't right in your house. So we do have, or you invite Uncle Frank over and he rips one at the Thanksgiving Day dinner table. Smells like really bad gravy.
But I think I don't think they have a nose like a dog, but I think they definitely can detect scents and odors. And so what I would do is use the hunting soaps and the laundry detergent that will make you, after you had to take your shower, it's make you smell like dirt. Okay. Oh, Brian Barber says, if you had Taco Bell, that range may able to smell you.
That smell could increase. Certainly. That's a good one, yeah. I tell you what, Tack had to tell my my story of me and one of my buddies, Scott, who was out on a Bigfoot expedition at one time. And we had a real bad night with digestion.
Yeah.
And the term came out, that would have made water curdle. So... it's like going I remember doing Frank's investigation when we ended up to the Vermont Trail Camp location. Right. And his wife invited us in and made us dinner and, stuff to eat before we went out to keep it was cool night. We were all in jackets. She made us all chili. I'm like, Mrs. Ezianski, what are you doing? You want to gas out the Squatches? We all got to chuckle out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can use a sound that sounds like the Taco Bell bell without getting a copyright infraction. So I don't know.
Oh, surely, God, they can't copyright a bell sound.
I mean, I use this.
Okay.
So I use that a lot of times.
That's when the price is right. When somebody gets the price wrong. Oh, man. But, I think we were talking about wearing camo and stuff in the woods. I think if you have an area where you do research regularly, I think they can recognize you. Yep. And I tended in 2010, I wore the same exact clothes every time I went into the woods.
Whew, thought you were going to say every day for that.
No. Oh, well, we washed them. I mean, we washed them, but I wore a black leather jacket, black jeans, and a black
hat.
Yeah, black. Well,
we've seen that picture out here.
Yeah.
In fact, we've seen that picture here on our logos.
And the reason why is because I was wearing that exact same outfit when I had my first sighting over there, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I'm glad you said that, not my first serial killing.
Yeah, and they were watching. They were watching us. Okay, so I knew they could recognize. I thought if they had a memory like we have, they recognize. Oh, that's that guy in black. That's him.
Right, and the
made sense to me.
The beautiful thing about that, is that, not only do primates have visual acumen like that,
right?
They also have auditory acumen.
Yeah.
So if they hear a familiar voice,
right?
And as I think Cliff Barrett went, or somebody was saying, the other day, is that I have a very unique voice.
Mm-hmm.
So that even stands out even more.
Right.
When I call out to them, that they recognize, the voice as something that they've encountered before, that was not threatening them.
Right.
So they're more inclined to mess around or play around or whatever. Because I thought many times we thought that we were dealing with, because of the sounds in the forest, about three. We want to say juveniles because they were just coming in, leaving, coming in, leaving, coming in, leaving. Yeah. And we, they would come in, we would go out, they would move back, we would hear them, we would see eye shine, we would do all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And because of that, they may have realized, they're just having fun.
Right.
But I mean, if you're not, what I suggest, Retro, is people use auditory to announce yourselves, because you never know, you might pop into the woods and maybe in your civvies, right? Yeah. Use your auditory, and my auditory is I knock 3 times, I do a couple of whoops, and I talk, or and sometimes I whistle. Hey guys, I'm here. Let me know if you're here.
Yeah.
And even though that's anthropomorphic and not very scientific, I'm just projecting my voice out there, just saying whatever I can say. I mean, I can say "Do re mi fa si la ti no."
I mean, yeah,
right?
But you're not doing it expecting them to answer you back. Okay, you're doing it to let them know that you're the same.
I'm there. I'm here.
You're the same hairless ape that's been walking in there before. Yeah.
Right. And it just so happened a couple of years ago, we get a whoop response out of it. I was like, what the hell? I mean, that blew my mind.
Get me wrong. It would be great if you said, "Hey guys, I'm here," and one of them hollered back, "Hey, good to see you, Steve."
So if you're not, and you got to understand, Retro, is that the Squatches may not always be able to see you because, again, they have the same limitations that we do within the forest, that there's foliage and there's coverage, and it covers you. So the big thing to that, and 3 marbles. No blue marbles. No. But yeah, if you get into a routine auditory, they hear it and they know it. So that's the reason why I do that. That they could be mountains over, a couple of mountains over, and hear that.
Right.
Well, when I say mountains, I mean hills. Wherever they can't see us. They may be down in the valley and they can't see us, right. Or they may be up on a mountain, they can't see us down. But if you do that auditory thing in your research area, it's not going to work if you never in a new area.
Yeah.
But if you're working a certain area, you do those auditory calls. So I would love to, Andrew, we're going to have to table that question for the next time, because guess what time it is?
Yeah. This happened too fast.
Wow, that call-in line really worked.
It really does, and I'm so pleased that people could call in and hit us up with a question and maybe, shoot the breeze for a minute. Appreciate it, guys. Well, thank everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate you joining us. And every time I say this, I know you guys probably don't believe it. You think I'm just joking with you, but we know we got the greatest audience. Okay, we know.
Amen.
Thank you so much And this is only possible because of you. And Steve and I know this, and we appreciate it. We're humbled by your presence. Thank you so much for being with us. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button on your way out if you hadn't already. And you guys listening over on the podcast, make sure you get over to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/@SquatchDTV and check us out. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
Hey, and like I'd like to, just reiterate that we love our audience. You guys are the greatest. And I'm glad to see the family is growing. Welcome to all our new followers and new channel members. We love you guys. You are supporting good, big, and honest Bigfoot research. We're going to tell you like it is. We're going to tell you what we believe, and we're not going to tell you some agenda. And not always will we stay in the same tune. We may change our minds because evidence does that. It changes our minds. We should be fitting our hypotheses to the evidence, not the evidence to our hypotheses. So anyway, want to wish everybody a good week. We will see everybody Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Squatch-D TV, youtube.com/@SquatchDTV. Check out the website at Squatchdetective.com. Got the blog, got investigation archive, got the Bigfoot sighting map on the investigation archive. So check it on out. And hey, folks, we will see you all here Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys. God bless. And of course, keep on squatching.
We thank you for being here with us on Squatch-D TV. If you haven't taken the time yet, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And oh yes, hit that notification bell too. We don't want you to miss anything. If you really like our content, you should consider becoming a member. And it's really inexpensive and a great way to support not only the show, but honest Bigfoot research. Everyone have a great week. Be safe and God bless. We will see you all here next time on Squatch-D TV. Keep on squatching.